Hi everyone, George Telheiro of DeckGuard. I'd like to spend some time to show you a brief instructional video on how to mount your DeckGuard. First, before we go into that, when you receive your unit, you'll notice there's a plastic tab in the back that will need to be removed. If you do not remove that tab, your DeckGuard will not work. Secondly, before mounting your DeckGuard, it's important to remember how ultrasound works. Ultrasound works unidirectional and in a conical manner. Therefore, one unit protects a range of 30 feet by 15 degrees vertical and 30 degrees horizontal. Anything outside of that range will not be effective. Also remember that ultrasonic waves behave in the exact same way that normal sound waves behave. Ultrasonic waves will not travel through obstacles such as a dodger or a cabin, but rather will be deflected by these surfaces. Placement of your DeckGuard will obviously vary depending on the type of vessel and size that you have. Also depending on the problem area of your vessel. You may require additional DeckGuards. For instance, if you have a multi-level vessel, you may require additional units to protect your vessel effectively. Birds like to perch on solid surfaces such as dodgers, booms, biminis, and rails. To get the most effective result out of your DeckGuard, place your DeckGuard at perching level of these areas. We go a little more into it at the end of the video, but for now, we have found that the most effective places to mount your DeckGuard are the stern and pulpits, your radar tower, a fly bridge, or on the spreaders. DeckGuards come with 3 temporary options for fasteners, including Velcro, screws, and plastic cable ties. Now, it's important to remember that these are only being used as temporary fasteners. Once you've figured out the perfect placement for your DeckGuard and see that it is effective, then you want to have something that's a little more permanent, which at that point then you can purchase something through our website. We have links to different partners that we work with that sell different fasteners, different mounting systems that are considered more permanent for you. Setting up your DeckGuard is quite simple. In this case here, we're on a 30-foot vessel. It's a sailing vessel. Mount your DeckGuard within 30 foot of your perching area. So for instance, if your birds are perching on your boom or they're perching on your dodger, what you might want to do is mount your DeckGuard stern of your vessel, and what you want to do is you want to keep your DeckGuard at the same perching level of where they're perching. So in this case here, we happen to have a radar tower, perfect for placing your DeckGuard, and you want to keep it facing the dodger and the boom at the same perching level. Perfect area right there. If you're having an issue with the birds on the spreader, what you might want to do is mount your DeckGuard unit to your rail, and what we recommend is having your DeckGuard unit at a slight angle so it's facing the spreaders, and as long as it's up to 30 feet, then it should be fine. What you don't want to do is you don't want to have your DeckGuard unit at such an angle that you're not getting the enough sunlight to charge your solar panel. So for spreaders, what you should do is mount it here at a slight angle where it's facing the spreaders, and it'll take care of the spreader issue. In the case where your vessel is larger than 30 feet and they're on the spreaders, what we recommend is to purchase 2 DeckGuard units, and what you want to do is you want to face them. The mast is here. You want to face one going towards the starboard and one going towards the port spreader. And the great thing about it is that you don't need to turn it off or on. It's solar powered, so you turn it on if you're up on the spreaders, and it stays on 24/7 throughout your sailing season. You might want to check at the end of the season if the batteries need to be replaced. The chances are they won't, because they have a 5-year life expectancy. So that's another option for larger vessels where you need to take care of the spreaders. In some cases, if you find that birds are on the top of the mast, well, in that case, then you'll need to place your deck guard unit on the very top of the mast. It might be a little tricky because you do have some instruments up there, your wind instruments. So in some cases, what you might need to do is have an extension so that it doesn't affect the wind instruments. Another option where you can mount your deck guard would be on your bull pit here. So we recommend that you mount it either on the bull pit or on the stern so that it takes up to your 30 feet of your vessel. If your vessel is larger than 30 feet, you might require 2 or possibly 3 units depending on the size of the vessel. One other thing, once you turn your deck guard on, it'll sound for 15-second intervals. If it detects no motion, then it stays silent. And we've designed it that way so that the deck guard is most effective. If it was a continuous sound, birds tend to get used to that, therefore the unit wouldn't be as effective. So it goes on when it detects tangible motion, it stays on as long as there is motion, and if there's no motion, then it stays silent. So you simply just turn it on when you're away from your vessel, and you turn it off when you're on board. And that's it. It's that simple.